Brooke here. This is a story from the Dusty Thunder subreddit, and the user is TripResponsible2619. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my brother-in-law after calling his mom a fucking psycho? I, 35 female, am not in a great place with my sister, 31 female at the moment. For context, my sister has been married to her husband, we'll call him Brad, for 7 years, though they have been a couple for a total of 12 years. I don't care for the guy. He has his own issues and tends to belittle my sister. My sister has always been insecure and never got the courage to leave him. Some examples of how he treated her was pointing out that she was too big to wear the cute little sundresses he saw the girls at the beach wearing, and he wished that she would look like them. Many times we would talk on the phone when her hubby was out of town, and more than once she told me she was making this dish or that dish since Brad wasn't home. He would be rude to her or refuse to eat what she cooked if he deemed it not healthy enough. He also is thin, 6'1" or so, and naturally very lean. His entire family is thin and fit, and they take great pride in their appearance. My sister, on the other hand, is tall, around 5'9", and though she's never been fat, she doesn't have a naturally stick-thin body. She works out regularly, and her healthy shape is definitely more curvy. I've listened as she complained many times about her hubby asking her why she couldn't get as thin as his mother. I won't get into it here for length's sake, but he didn't grow up in a very emotionally stable home. He was the oldest of 4, and his parents had high expectations and were very religious. It was about looking picture perfect, not being picture perfect, even if behind the scenes it was nothing but a dumpster fire. Last year, after lots of therapy, my sister finally decided to leave the marriage. She called and spoke with me about it, and we spent many afternoons and evenings talking so I could be there for her as best I could, as she lives 2 hours away. She told me how therapy helped her realize how controlling and emotionally abusive he'd been. She told me some of the things he'd said and done, and also said there were other things that were worse, and she didn't want to tell me about those. Now, she had already put a retainer down for an attorney, which was $5,000, and had found and signed a lease on an apartment. When the day came for her to tell Brad she was leaving him, he did the classic routine you'd expect: crying, asking for another chance, promising he'll change, etc. We prepared her mentally for the reaction. She held firm and kept telling him no. She set boundaries, telling him not to contact her for a while, to give her some space. And of course, he did no such thing. He showed up at her work with flowers. He sent never-ending barrages of text and didn't respect her boundaries. But still, she was steadfast in her decision until she wasn't. After months of conversing, checking in, offering what help I could, I get a single text from her. Place your bets on what it said. Here's the text. So a small update for you. I can't remember how much I've told you, but over the past 2 weeks, Brad has taken so much initiative in bettering himself, and me filing for divorce has really woken him up. So I've decided to slow down on the divorce and give Brad one last chance to prove himself to me. So yeah, there's an update. That's it. We never talked about it again. And just like that, I'm expected to pretend nothing is wrong. He's coming to our family stuff, still coming down to have dinner with my parents, showing up at my daughter's graduation party. At each event, he and I didn't speak to one another. I asked my mom how she could stomach going back to a normal friendship with a man I now consider my sister's abuser. Short answer, your sister decided to stay, so I have to play nice. I do not share those sentiments. This was in September of last year. Some tension came to a point between the two of us, and I sent her a very emotionally raw email about how hurt I was that she decided to get back with him and told me to essentially let it go. A line in my email read, I watched this man break you down over the course of 11 years, hearing how you had to wait to eat the foods you liked until he was out of town, and how he made you feel inferior because you weren't as tiny as his mother, his fucked up mother. In her response, she reprimanded me like a child. She told me I crossed the line and would need to apologize to Brad because she let him read my email and his feelings were hurt. She patronized me and it felt very condescending. Okay, let's do a timeout right there.